Okay, this is chapter 4. This is Math 10 A and W with Mr. Sandhu. It's not up there? Here we go. How's that? Good? All right. We're into chapter 4 now. We're dealing with mass, temperature, and volume. Now, you guys already did a little bit of volume in chapter 3, right? Okay. But we're taking it further. This chapter starts out right off the bat, and it's very formula-based, okay? And again, these formulas aren't things that you have to memorize. You'll be provided with these formulas on the final exam and also in my test. What's important, though, is if you can work with a formula comfortably, effectively, then it doesn't really matter what formula you're given, you can work with it, okay? That's the whole benefit of a formula. Is once you learn how to do the algebra related to formulas, then it doesn't really matter what you're given for a formula. You have some ability to work with it, okay? So, new skills working with temperature. Without having to read all this for you guys, it's pretty simple. We work in Celsius here in Canada. United States works in Fahrenheit. They're both measurements of temperature. And there's a need in this chapter here to convert from one to the other, all right? So, there's a formula that they've provided, and I'll just get into the example right away. And this is page 176. This is 4.1. All right. So example 1 on page 176 in 4.1. While visiting Florida, Kathy heard a local person say that it has been very cold overnight and was only 42 degrees. At first, she thought, well, that's not cold, but then Kathy realized the person meant in degrees Fahrenheit. What was the temperature in degrees Celsius? So there's a formula provided here, okay? And all we're going to do is start this question by writing the raw formula out. Anytime you're working with a formula, write the raw formula. I had to use, in my previous class, I had to give a mark for that because people wouldn't do it and it would cause problems in their work. So I actually started giving like a half a mark just for writing the formula, which caused people to do it, which is kind of lame. But let's start with the raw formula. You have a question, Cordell? So that's a really good question because you can use this same formula to convert one to the other. It doesn't really matter. And you're going to see that come up. But there is two different formulas. They're both really the same formula. It's just been kind of tweaked and shifted and manipulated, right? But this formula can work for both. So I'm going to start with this formula, okay? So what we're going to do with the formula is start by writing it. So C equals 5 over 9 times F minus 32, okay? This describes the relationship between Celsius and Fahrenheit, okay? And basically, you take a look at what they've given you. They've given you 42 for Fahrenheit. So we're going to parachute that in. That's going to go in right here. So let's rewrite the formula with the 42 inserted. C equals 5 over 9, bracket 42 minus 32. You guys can write these notes if you want to, or you can just listen. And then from there, you take a look at what is on there. Is there any operations that we can do? We can do a subtraction here. So let's do that subtraction. So the subtraction is 10. 42 minus 32 is 10. And bring the rest down. Make sure that you bring everything in the formula down to the next line. Every single time. It's like, I say it's like Lego, right? So you can... Basically, you have all this Lego and you're going to combine it, take it apart, mix and match it to build something down to the bottom, but you're not going to leave any pieces behind. You take every single piece down with you, every single piece down with you. It's like changing rooms. You're working on something with Lego, you need to change rooms, you go to the next room with all your Lego. You combine and mix and match some more and build some more, then you take all those pieces to the next room. What some people like to do with their math is they like to go like this, okay? They like to take this over here, into a room, and they go, well, on the side I'm going to do 42 minus 32, equals 10, and then they come back and they reinsert it and they do some more math. So that's like taking a little bit of Lego into a room, building something small, and then bringing it back to the main room, right? And it can work for some people, right? But I have to tell you, it's not as mature of an approach as it is to take the one formula and keep bringing everything down, because you're going to run into formulas that are a lot bigger than these. Okay? And you need to be able to work with it all in one big paragraph, moving down, crunching it. Okay? So let's carry on. There we go. So I dropped in the 42. I did the subtraction. I have 10, and then 5/9 of 10. So I want to point out, for some of you who don't know this, remember that this is actually 10 over 1, right? It's redundant to show it, but there is a 10 over 1. And when you're multiplying fractions, you multiply the tops and you multiply the bottoms, right? So the next line would be C equals 5 times 10 over top of 9 times 1. We don't need to show the 1. Okay? And finally, C is 50 over 9. And then on a calculator, you just do the division. What is 50 divided by 9? Okay? .5 repeat. Okay? You could probably, that's going to be like 5.555. You could round that up. C is roughly 5.6 degrees Celsius. Please put the units. You guys, on your tests, you guys are just putting answers. You're not putting the units. I don't know how many times I've marked something like this. The answer is $2.50 or $2.5, but people not even taking the time or noticing that they should have the 0 there, right? Or I'm getting this, $2.5. It's just bizarre, right? So we're communicating here, so make sure you are writing your math language properly, okay? Same here. Make sure that you are putting degrees Celsius. I used to deduct a mark. I'm nice to you guys. I used to, if it wasn't there, I'd deduct half a mark, okay? So this is pretty straightforward, you guys. There's nothing really that complicated about it. I'm going to do something for you, Cordell. Come on in. Or not. Okay, I'm going to do something for you, Cordell. I'll do it in the next segment here. Hold on. That's it for this one.